dinner tonight, we're having steak with onions, green beans, and garlic Parmesan roasted potatoes. Let me show you how I did it. Okay, so in this bowl, I have my steak all cleaned and ready to go. Just gonna start putting some salt and pepper. Of course, we're gonna do onion powder, garlic powder, just a tiny bit of adobo. To this, I'm gonna add just a touch of vinegar and some avocado oil. I'm going to show you how I cut the potatoes for my roasted potatoes. You don't have to cut the ends off. I actually didn't cut the ends off for some of them. This one just had like really narrow ends. And what you want to do is once you cut it in half, you're going to cut it in half again. And then you're just going to dice and you're going to try to get them as evenly as possible. For the most part, as long as they're fairly uniform inside, that's okay. They're going to cook in the oven and they're all going to cook up just fine. Trust me. Don't be too hard on yourself in the kitchen. Don't. You can use paper towels for this. I just have this nice clean like kitchen towel that I'm gonna go ahead and dry my potatoes with. One thing about cooking that I feel like enough people really don't talk about is the fact that there's so much trial and error involved. Even the best chefs had to start somewhere. So at the end of the day, just get yourself in the kitchen. Look at me, I'm still dropping things. And I'm still learning. There's so much about cooking and recipes that I still don't know. Things that I've never tried before that I'm now starting to venture into. So if you feel like you just really want to get started, go ahead and start. When I was younger, I didn't really have anybody teaching me how to cook. Obviously, my grandmother taught me some of the basics. My mom taught me a couple of basics. But the reality is you kind of just go and learn on your own. Shout out to the Food Network, okay? When I was pregnant with my daughter, I was on the Food Network all day long, learning how to cook and looking up recipes and trying new things in the kitchen. And that's where I realized, like, I actually kind of enjoy this. I knew that the only way that I was gonna learn is by doing. I definitely need to get in there with my hands and do it myself and learn through trial and error. And that's exactly what I did. Don't worry, I'll make sure I put the ingredients that I use for the potatoes in the description, okay? It's just sometimes I want to talk to you guys, you know, and I can't really talk to you guys if I'm telling you you know, I messed up. Parchment paper or any other type of non-stick surface is really, really important for potatoes. Because if not, you're going to get about half of your potatoes off this aluminum foil. All right, back in they go. Make sure they're all in a single layer. 400-degree oven, and I'll let you know exactly how long they were in there when they're done. I'm gonna put my onions in here first. I have a couple tablespoons of avocado oil in the pan. I'm doing this on medium heat. Once I see my onions getting nice and translucent and they're actually turning color and looking delicious, I'm gonna go ahead and put my garlic in here. Of course, you can put however much garlic you want. I feel like steak and garlic just go together. You know what I mean? Lower the heat a little bit and add a little drop of vinegar to my onions. Take my onions and my garlic out of here. Put a little bit more avocado oil down. These are gonna cook in no time at all. You just wanna brown them. My last batch of steak is looking absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna deglaze with some chicken broth. I butter salted, so that's gonna add another little element of salt. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna put this on low because my steak is pretty much cooked through. And I'm gonna go ahead and nestle my steak right back in that sauce. And then we're gonna throw all those onions in there too. Turn my heat off and the steak is done. I almost forgot to hit it with some dry parsley. Hello, color. You can use fresh too if you have fresh. My potatoes have been roasting in the oven for, I want to say, close to an hour. And they look so delicious. Look at that. I'm going to put all my roasted potatoes in this bowl. I melted some butter in here with some garlic. And I'm just going to pour that over our potatoes. I completely forgot that when I went to the supermarket to get cilantro, I also picked up some fresh parsley. So let's throw some fresh parsley in there. And y'all, potatoes and Parmesan cheese, a match made in heaven. Just give those a toss. Look at that. That just looks beautiful, you know? All right, let's give her a taste. It's the first time I gotta use a fork and a knife. That is the perfect bite, okay? Let's taste. That is so flavorful. I'm a steak and potatoes girl. I love a good steak and potatoes. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.